Good morning. We're just going to go down the side passage to do today's project, which is to sort out the woodland garden. Crunch, crunch. There are quite a lot of bits and pieces that need to be done here. So we need to redo the bark path, do a lot of weeding, and move the hostas around a bit. Maybe get rid of the bricks, the anti-cat bricks. So I'll show you how things are going as I get things done. It appears I have company. This is called spider lily. I will find the Latin name. Cowslip and stilbees. We've got woodruff, which is growing really, really well in the shade. Fern garden, which is doing really well now. I do have the names written down somewhere, but I will tell you about those later. Pots with hostas in all over the place. Mainly here to deter cats. Toad lily there. Some random slabs that I will move. Got some hardy cyclamens and some hellebores, wood anemones, which I'm going to have to be careful about damaging. Our main issue, the reason we've got so many weeds here, is because we have bird feeders above, and so the bird feeders drop their seeds, and these are presumably the baby seeds. Our 3 hornbeams we put in here, and lots of weeding. So I will periodically show you how things are going. First job, armed with my fork and trowel and trusty truck bucket, I'm going to start weeding this area. Wish me luck. Cat helper. Smokey. Distraction cat. Okay, you're witnessing the face-off between him and Jezebel. Oh, here he goes. Got your back. Well done, Smokey. I'm always after freebies, and have a look at this little baby conifer. So I'm going to weed this area and instead put in some of this, which is woodruff, which I've just pulled up from over the other side. It's got a nice little white flower and it's really easy to pull up, so if I want to plant something else here it will work, because I can just pull it up. So we're just pruning back the dead leaves off the ferns. So I've got these slate tags. I'm going to try them out. I've stolen Moscow's chalk pen to write on them. And so I'll put these by the plants and then give you a little tour. Next step is to mulch. So I'm going to use country manure. It's partially decomposed. It will smell like cows for a while, but it's really good at retaining the moisture, which is really good for particularly the ferns. I will show you what it looks like once I'm done. And now just to replenish the bark. Along here, I still have my pine and brick cat deterrents. Hopefully, once these foxgloves have established themselves, I can get rid of that. Here I transplanted a little tiny foxglove that was growing in a pathway, all about the free plants. Self-seeded itself from some other foxgloves I've got in the garden. It's not looking that good. I've watered it in. Hopefully it'll perk up. But either way, it was in the wrong place. Remember, a weed is just a plant in the wrong place. So if you move a weed to where you want it, it then becomes a flourishing plant. Ta-da! Got the hardy cyclamens and the hellebores, which are not doing that well this year, but maybe next. The ferns have been mulched. Now, I spent a good hour trying to work out what ferns I've got. I'm really good at keeping labels, but the only ones that I've been really bad at, evidently, is my ferns. I've got two that I've identified, which I think I've got two aspleniums that I've identified. So this is one of this one at the back here. That's a native asplenium. It's called Hart's tongue because a hart in Old English is a male, I want to say roe deer, might be red deer, and it looks a little bit like a tongue. These are my two mystery ferns. I spent an hour trying to work out what these are, so if anybody's a fern expert, let me know. I'll give you a little zoom in. I've got the other type of fern which I managed to identify. This is a Polystyrchon susimens. Got a lovely dark coloured leaf as it matures and bright as it first comes out. It's a really nice contrasting fern. Now strangely, I couldn't identify this fern. I feel like it's a really common fern. It might be the soft shield fern. I've got a hard shield fern, but I think I will. The only thing that threw me off with this one is that it's got like kind of undulating patterns on it, and I couldn't find anything quite like that. But anyway, fern experts, let me know. This one I did manage to identify. It's another asplenium. This one's Asplenium adiatum nigrum. It's actually often known as the black spleen wart fern. And then over here is the last of them that I did manage to identify, which is called Polystyrchon, and this one's Aculeatum. It's a hard shield fern. As I said, I think that this might be the hard shield fern and this one might be a soft shield fern. But again, I'd love, oh, a robin. I would love for you to be able to identify it. Around the edge are wood anemones. So this is an anemone blauder. Some of them I planted last year, so like this one's really well established. Some of them are this year's. And actually some of them, like that little one coming up there, is last year's just coming up. So I think this one's done quite well because as you can see it's in the sunshine and the shade. So it's done quite well. This is my lovely woodruff. Gallium odoratum woodruff. It has a nice white flower, so I'll show it to you later on in the year when it's flowering. But it is really good at doing wide coverage but easy to maintain because you can just pull it out. Again, this is another one that if anybody wants some, I can easily do freebies of. I've got some ornamental cyclamens here. I know these ones went hardy, and so I'm surprised they've come back again. They grow from like corns underground, so they've done quite well. This is a Tradesca innocent. It has beautiful little white flowers. Now Tradesca, lots of people know if they're into indoor plants, but actually you can get outdoor varieties that will survive in the UK. So this is one of them. It's got a white flower. And then as we're looking at that one, over here is Tradescantium, or another Tradescantia. This one is called, we think, Concord grape. I've lost the tag for this one. But they're both nicknamed spider lilies because they kind of grow these long spikes, and then at the top they have these 3-petal flowers. They're really pretty. Mystery plant. Once it comes up in flower, I should know. It flowers prolifically. It's a perennial. It should come back to me when I get the chance to look at its flower. So this is another type of anemone. Probably not related at all, but we call it a Japanese anemone. And it comes from Marco's mum's house, so she gave me some baby ones. They are starting to flourish. Once they establish, they come back every year, so they're a really good perennial. I mulched the hornbeams as well, so the 3 hornbeams have some mulch. This is one of my favourites. When this flowers, I'll definitely show you. Now, it's called Triceratops formosana, nicknamed totally. The flower almost looks like an orchid. It's a really unusual flower, so I'll definitely get some photos or video of that when it comes into flower. I found this. I've got no idea what it is. I have a vague recollection that I might have planted something there in the past. So I put a stake in it. I will keep an eye on it, and hopefully no cats will dig it up. And behind, just by this piece of fence here, is a hardy jasmine that has come as a freebie from my parents' house. All about the free plants. So 1 bucket of weeds and paraphernalia later, and we're pretty much done. Yay! It took about 3 hours, but I'm really pleased. And then in the evening, I will water it all in and maybe give you an update in the future about how it's all getting along. So thank you for tuning in.